simplifying my life at this point is definitely in the cards for this gal right here. I learned that a couple of weeks ago that, hey kid, you gotta slow down. And that's what I'm doing. I have all sorts of things that I want to tell you about that I'm going to be doing. And a lot of it is nothing. Now, that doesn't mean nothing and getting bored. That means resting, enjoying nature, reading a good book, looking something up, but not putting out energy. So stick with me. Maybe you'll get something out of this too. Our flagpole is broken, so Mosey went out this morning with his Army retired cap on to salute the flag, and he remembered that our flagpole had broken off the edge. It was on the edge of the front door there. And that was one of our nostalgic things that we did with the kids on July 4th, Memorial Day, Veterans Day, that all the kids and Moosey and I would go out and stand and salute the flag. And the kids all remember that. And Moosey forgot this morning that we didn't have a flagpole, and I saw him out there saluting where the flag was. Happy Memorial Day.
It's a great day. Look how sunny it is.
And today, we're praying for all those that have lost their lives fighting for our country. I'll have a couple of different things to show you in the kitchen that are going to simplify my cooking and my dinner meals. I want to show you that bag of rice that Colleen picked up at Trader Joe's for me. And I used most of it for that wonderful dinner, but I have the rest of it, just a little bit, in the freezer. And I want to see if I can show you. Nope, that's my strawberries. Where did I put it? Here it is. Colleen and I both recommend this for simple, quick meals. Colleen says she uses it at least once a week. She's a vegetarian, and she and Mike do eat extremely well. Now, this she bought at Trader Joe's in the frozen foods department, and it's a chicken fried rice that takes 3 to 4 minutes in the frying pan with just a teaspoon of oil. And it's got chicken in it, it's got peas. I used it the other night, and she did buy this for me, and I'm gonna buy some more. She keeps 2 or 3 of these in her freezer at all times. I used it with some colossal shrimp that I fried, put on top, and also mainly because I just had the hots for them, I also had a small package of wings. And they were little tiny wings and little tiny drumsticks. And I put those in the oven for, I think, 20 minutes. And they came with a chipotle sauce, which was delicious. We're having the pulled pork on little Hawaiian rolls and my coleslaw again tonight. And that's my twist with the coleslaw. As my first simplified meal to make my life easier and simpler is going to be the pulled pork little tiny sandwiches. Now, I buy this pulled pork, Jack Daniels. There's other varieties, and it's all ready for you to cook. Really, all you have to do is warm it up in the microwave oven. You even warm it up in this particular dish. It's in a packet, and I'll show you that later. And also, I put them on King's Hawaiian rolls. Now, as you can see, they're like little dinner rolls. And Moosey and I will each have 2 tonight. Sometimes he can have 3. Now, I've already chopped up what was left of a cabbage. I thought I had more, but in order for us to have a decent amount of coleslaw tonight, I didn't have enough, and I kind of cheated a bit and shriveled some lettuce to mix in with it. I hope it will work. And I call this my dirty slaw. My secret ingredient is the balsamic vinegar that I put in, along with mayonnaise. Forgot to bring the mayonnaise out. And then I add a little bit of paprika in the end. Everyone likes their coleslaw mixed in different ways. I have a mouthful of it in my mouth, and it doesn't taste like much right now until you start dolling it up. Watch what happens. I'm going to put maybe starting with maybe a tablespoon, a little less. Do you see why I call it dirty slaw? As you mix it, the color does change as it mixes, and that's why I call it my dirty slaw. Here's where I'll put the sugar in, and I think I will use the stevia. Now this is enough for 2 meals actually, because you can put just so much on these rolls. Tried to get as much as I could on there. On each one, I filled it up as much as I could, and this is how much is left over. We'll have one more meal of this. I have another one of those Walmart $3 chickens that I'm going to make into another simplified meal. Easy peasy, and the rest of the time I'm doing nothing but resting. I do love soups, and soups are probably one of the easiest things to make, especially when you just start cleaning out the fridge. It tastes great. Creamy soups or just ones with chicken broth. I do keep down in my closet down, well, it's not a closet, down in my little open cupboard down here. I do keep at least 3 or 4 or 5 chicken broths. I like to buy the low sodium ones so that when I'm in the mood to make a soup, it's always there. Okay. Now, let's talk about how Nanny's doing with her simplifying her life and drinking her water to stay hydrated, popping a few little electrolytes in, not too many. And I'll tell you what, I figured out a system. I kind of put that big giant bottle aside. I devised a system, which I'm showing you here, of marking the top of the bottle. Taking these 16.9 ounces, 16.9 ounce bottles, and I have labeled them. Number 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you think? Best thing I can do to keep track. Number 1, number 2, 3, and 4. Now each bottle is 16.9 ounces, and I figure, can I get through all of those bottles? A lot of people say that's max. Some people drink more. That went into the trash. I started 2, and it lasted me a lot of the day. I was working outside on the patio. I'm going to show you some of our progress. And I did manage to finish that one. Got the 3rd down by almost nighttime. I just spilled all over my table and my arm bottle number 4, which didn't fit in here anyway. But I'm trying, and I'm going to lick this. And so many of you are in the same predicament as myself. I did find out that my little habit of eating greens all day long, dipping them in my dilly dip, is not especially healthy for me. That the day before yesterday, when Colleen and Micah were down here getting the Jasmine all refigured and starting to put the tent on the patio, I was lightheaded all day, and I finally realized by 2:30 I had not eaten anything. I've hard-boiled some eggs. This is all part of my new simple life. I'm hard-boiling some eggs, and I'll have those in the morning. Maybe one I showed you, I had a little Eggy and the Piggy, very nostalgic of the old days. A long time ago, when we were raising all the kids, I had a bunch of these. And I used to give the kids eggs, soft-boiled eggs in the morning with toast slices that they would dip in their egg. And we called this Eggies and the Piggies. Piggies meaning little feet and toes. We always called our toes our piggies. And I have one left, and I dragged it out today. I washed it off, and today, Nanny is having an Eggy in the Piggy. Well, doesn't that look like a scrumptious breakfast? Now, so far as the makeup today, it was a day for red lips. However, red lips are kind of harsh, and so I thought I would try and maybe put a little bit of gel or something on top. What do you think? Does that kind of tone down the red a little bit? Maybe. My makeup today is as usual, and I've decided I'm going to stick with it. It does a pretty good job of covering up all my barnacles or boo-boos or old age spots, sunspots from the Jersey Shore as a kid. I don't know what, but I think the coverage is what I need with my wonderful Wet n Wild. And I notice, let me see, where'd it go? And I notice there are so many people recommending this Wet n Wild, the Dewy Photo Finish. I do soft beige, and for an 86-year-old face, I think it does a lot of covering. I also use, I go over this, but you know, I see a lot of beauty creators almost every time they do makeup, again and again, and I guess you don't get tired of it because their subscriber levels are huge. But as you know, I love my gold. As you know, I love my glow. I know some people don't like too glowy a face, but I think that when you get advanced in your years, to make your face look more alive, more healthy, I think you need a bit of a glow. The reason that I am so excited about getting that patio finished is because it's all part of simplifying our lives to some extent. The removal of the jasmine and the new arbor has begun. 2 workers today. Wow. It's going to be beautiful, but sure is a lot coming down.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe that.
Well, it's covered up, right?
Yeah.
Gee, a little bit of progress here. It's going all over the place. What are you doing, Shemo? You looking for water? Huh?
Yeah, she eats.
Well, all the stuff is down. The canopy's going on, Calls. You're doing a good job, you and Micah. And we think we saved some of this. We're not sure, and we won't know until we get this up. And here's the canopy ready to go up. Wow, making progress. Oh, he loves his Calzy.
All the kids.
Wow, I can't get over it. Such a cute little thing. And that garbage pail is just full of old stuff, isn't it, Calls?
Two full cans.
2 full cans.
And that's not even, that's just fines.
I know. You work so hard. Thank you so much. Geez. It's so
We
gorgeous.
have a fun summer out here.
Yep. And look at the blue skies even peeking through. Do you see how much you saved of that jasmine?
When it gets happy again.
I
It's
know.
probably in a little shock.
And we have the beautiful tree up there. And all I have to do is finish cleaning out the patio and we're done. Well, what's that hat that you've got on? What does that say? Put your head down, we'll see the flag. I always love that hat. Retired. So what are we doing besides chilling this weekend? You know, ladies and gents, I've looked at who are my followers, who are the people that watch us pretty regularly. And my metrics tell me that about 80%, 75 or 80% of our audience is 65 or over. I don't know if there's too awfully many in their 80s like me, but a lot in their 70s, a lot in their 60s. And we have a very large audience of about 20% in 40, is it 55 to 65 or 45 to, I think the 45-year-olds aren't too interested in maybe what I have to say. But we do have wisdom in our pro-aging heads, and we can at least give some heads up on what we have experienced in our own 40s and 50s and 60s to help us feel better, to look better, and to be happier. I And we've all made mistakes. Yes, right. I've always pushed myself too hard, raising 6 kids, trying to make everything a fairy tale. And yes, I do have that tendency. Why, I don't know, but I have had the energy to be able to do it. And it's worked for us anyway. But now we're not the ones who have the big gatherings anymore. And thank God for that. It took a while, but moving out of our big family house was one that helped. We always had everybody come there. But all the kids now take over on these things. You think back on your life and you find yourself kind of happier when Moosey and I get cozy in bed at night and we say, what are we going to watch tonight? And we pick out our favorite Netflix or primetime movie or series. We've gotten involved in some great series. And we don't miss being out or coming home at 10 o'clock at night after being with the family. We have 20 grandkids and 14 greats and 6 kids. It's a big, big family. And those gatherings are memorable, unforgettable. We kind of build up to those activities, but the patio is going to be our little safe place in the summer. I did read something that said for every hour of living, you need 10 minutes of sitting and resting, and then you can go back to living again. That's interesting, something to contemplate, that's for sure. I kind of go along with that, especially at this age of our living. I have been reading and what TV I watch. I don't watch much except when with Moosey and I in the evenings, about the disaster, tornadoes and floods and wild weather all through the South and of Texas and now going up the East Coast. I am so sorry for all the fatalities, the loss of homes and businesses and life. I certainly will pray, and I am praying every night for all of those people, and I hope you all do too. Crazy, crazy weather that our world is having, and not only that, we're always praying for world peace and the hope that the future will bring peace, kindness, respect to a world where our children, our grandchildren, and beyond can live in peace as well. Now, you all seem to like my last video, all about water being the staff of life and all about my start of living simple. And I am going to continue with that theme. That's going to be my motto for quite a while, finding things, doing things that help make my life at this point more simple. And that will include recipes and food. It will include hobbies, crafts. It will include a lot of ways to rest and relax and do nothing. Now, that doesn't mean just getting bored lying there. Doing nothing means maybe lying in a recliner, listening to music with headphones on, or reading a good book, or just enjoying nature in the outside, sitting outside on a patio or a balcony and just listening to birds. That's what doing nothing means to me. It's not being boring, learning something. I'm always so curious, and I love to look things up when I don't know much about a subject. So, well, we're going to be talking a lot more about that. And I want you, once again, I'm asking you to tell me, I want to please you. And I when I do my videos, I want you to be, I want you to like them. Let me know what I can do in my videos in the way of helping you, my subscribers, my viewers. Now, here's something about purging. So I went in my closet this morning to put on, I had a really nice sort of a royal blue shirt, and I thought, That would be great to wear today. Patriotic, and it'll show my love for my country. I have the white pants on, and I had a great visor that was all sparkly and had the flag on it, or parts of the flag and sparkles. It was great. Guess what? I think I purged that shirt a month ago when I was in that wild moment. That's the trouble with purging. How many times have you gone into your closet? I looked through every single part of my closet room. I looked on the floor. I looked up on shelves. That shirt was nowhere. And I remember contemplating about that. There was nothing wrong with it. It's just that I was trying to fill up that darn old black plastic bag with stuff to show that I could do it. Honestly. I don't want that to happen to me anymore.
Each day we make a little more progress, a little energy day by day, and then comes the decorating and all the new furniture. Here's just a peek at one little corner.
Once again, thank you all so very much for watching Moosey and Nanny, or Nanny and the Moose. Thank you for subscribing, for viewing, and all your comments. I loved all of them. You give me good advice. You make me laugh. And I think that's important. I love to laugh, and I hope you do too. And maybe I am bringing you some laughs as well. I wanted to get this in today. I hope I get it up on Memorial Day. And once again, prayers for all those who have had the courage to defend our country in all the wars up to this point. Those who have lost their lives and those who are still here and have fought for a safe, peaceful country. Happy Memorial Day, everyone. If this gets up, and if it gets up the next day, I hope your day was wonderful. I'll see you real soon. I love you. And God bless us all, everyone.